jump in. Come on now, show me you got the will to win. You say that mountain's too steep to climb, nah. Steady to the top till you kiss the sky. No one can tell me what I can and can't do. I don't believe there's one thing I can't handle. I ain't afraid of failure, just failure to prepare. Cause prepare to fail is like I never even can. You got a choice to make. If you really want it, you can go hard or go home. You got a choice to make. You can go hard or go home.
The race that makes history and turns racers into legends. The 54th Mac Tools U.S. National. Beautiful day and a great crowd on hand. And they are looking to see history made.
Normally what the teams do when they have to, if there are ball spots, is they'll move the car off the launch either to the inside or to the outside of those ball spots, and then that requires the driver to maybe have to steer the car towards the middle of the groove down track. That's one of the things a lot of people don't realize. If you look, the groove here starts and then moves towards the center in each lane. That's pretty much normal, but it's one of the things the driver really has to focus on, including getting a good reaction time. Whoa, pedal fest!
And all right, we've got a pedal fest, and now we've got an engine lighting up on one side, and we have a winner. It's Doug Coletta, a 5:44, 229 miles an hour, done on the pedal fest.
Wow, right off the bat, first pair out, and there was some concern about the track, as Dave reported, and basically what happens is it gets hot, that rubber gets a little bit greasier, so it doesn't get the grip that it normally has. Both cars pretty much spun the tires at the hit of the throttle. Brandon's problem was that thing rotated around sideways a little bit more, so he had to get out of the throttle a little bit longer before he could roll back in it to catch it. And you saw Doug Coletta in the other lane push the head gasket out just at the finish line. Look at that, smokes tires right away, gets back on, and then he's just pretty much legging it right down there with cylinders out. And with all them cylinders out, that motor's not happy, and it pushes the head gasket out, which seals the cylinder head and the engine block. And even though it pushes out some oil and flame and stuff, they don't care. They'll replace that engine, and they'll be back for the semifinals.
So that first pair, Pro Stock Motorcycle rolls up. Steve Johnson, second time that he will win if he can get it done. He beat Matt Smith in 2005. Andrew Hines, he'd be the 13th different winner of the U.S. Nationals. He never won here at the Big Go.
We heard Andrew Hines talk about getting a little bit too much wheel speed in that previous round. Now, he likes the right lane. Only person in all the pro categories that has taken that right lane when he's had lane choice. He doesn't have it this round. Steve Johnson has it. He's taking the left lane like everybody else. So that's good news for both riders. They're in the lane they like. Now it's just a matter of getting a good green light start and getting that set up just right. Try to win the Mac Tools U.S. Nationals.
Andrew Hines got a great launch, but Steve Johnson takes it at the line, a 7:03 with a 489 miles an hour. What a run that was. That was great.
All I ever heard was these Suzukis are just so at a disadvantage. We had 3 of them in the semifinals, and then you have a Suzuki drive around the Harley to get the win. Steve Johnson, he is going to be ecstatic.
Oh, the second Suzuki win of the season. I've been exchanging emails with Steve, talking about how to stay focused, how to get to the win. Something's finally worked for that guy, and is he happy?
Larry Morgan pretty much hasn't had lane choice all day long, and so he probably was used to the right-hand lane, but he probably figured it's better advantage. Just put Dave Conley over in that right-hand lane to try to just get whatever little bit you can get.
Larry left first, but Conley has the power. Dave Conley, 674, 206 miles an hour. Back-to-back U.S. Nationals win.
But we got the win.
Robert Height, third final round in a row here. He won in 2006, beat out Whit Bazemore. And it would salvage the weekend if he can win for John Force Racing. John Force didn't qualify. The other 2 cars, Ashley Force and Mike Neff, out early.
You look at crew chief Johnny West making the final adjustments on Jack Beckman's car, and if you put it on paper, Jack Beckman should get the win. This car's been consistent. It goes down the racetrack. It makes good runs, quick runs. But boy, you got Robert Hight and Jimmy Prock in the other lane. Jack Beckman and Johnny West both know this. You can't take them lightly. They can jump up and run the number at any time. They're hoping they don't do it right now, because I guarantee you Beckman and the team are just going to go up there and try to do what they've been doing all weekend and hope they get the win.
Oh! Robert Hight, he's done it again. John Force Racing is ecstatic. Beckman finds trouble. Hight finds the winner's circle.
Good job, Robert.
Disappointed Don Schumacher, but he's still got one more car in competition, his son, Tony.
How about that, Robert Hight? I think he probably deep staged that thing a little bit, had 0.05 of a second advantage off the starting line, but Beckman had made that up in 60 feet. But then shortly after that, Jack Beckman started spinning the tires and gave that man the win. You can never count out Doug Coletta, though, in that team. I mean, they can step up and run the number, but they haven't really been able to do it this year. So it's almost what it's going to have to be like a Jack Beckman thing, where he would go out, that being Schumacher goes out and makes a mistake. But when you look at what he would get if he does get an Indy win, it would be 6 consecutive wins. Remember, this car's never lost since we've switched to 1,000 feet. Also would get 11 wins in the season, which would break his own record, and then also tie Joe Amato for that 52 career.
John Oberhofer's tickling it just a little bit, gonna go A to B, but isn't amazing. This weekend started, Alan Johnson announced he was leaving. We thought the team was in turmoil after 3 rounds of qualifying, but they got it together in their machine once again. Are they a machine on the way to destiny? We're about to find out.
Schumacher has done it. You just saw history being made. Alan Johnson, Don Schumacher, they begin their celebration. The fans here have seen Tony Schumacher make history. He runs a 391, 309 miles an hour. And all those records are now good. And maybe most important is he is tied now with Joe Amato for career wins.
Just an amazing job by this team all year long. It's unbelievable. We thought maybe the turmoil was going to happen, but we were all kind of, maybe the competition was kind of hoping that there might be some chinks in the armor, but there was none other than the first couple qualifying runs since, and this car has been flawless, pretty much like it has been all season long.
Oh, Tony Schumacher has done it. He climbs out of the car. There were questions throughout the weekend. He didn't qualify until well into the qualifying sessions. They have 5 here, and it took them to number 4 to actually get in this field. Let's go to Gary Gerald.
Tony Schumacher, once again, here you are holding the coveted Wally at the U.S. Nationals. What's it feel like to be making this kind of history?
Unbelievable, man. I cannot tell you how nervous you get up there, you know, before such a big round, and then how calm you get after that car starts, knowing you got the greatest team ever, your beautiful family here. I got all of them with me, and there's just nothing like that. For the U.S. Army, for all the soldiers, Gates belts and hoses, Madco tools, all the people, you know, years ago that stuck with us when we were 8th in the points and couldn't get down the racetrack. Now we're sitting here, we just set all kinds of records. We're tied with Joe Amato on the all-time win list. I got to do it with my family and God here. Couldn't ask for anything more. It's absolutely the best. And got to do it against Doug Coletta. Someone, you know, I didn't want to look like an idiot. I was cheering for him when he was running Antron, and I like Antron, man. I really do. It's just me and Doug, man. We have a rivalry. We had a battle, and we had years and years of that. And I think that's what I mean when I talk about rivals, you know. And to beat him here, you know, at their own race, it was just awesome. You know, Madco Tools car beat at the Mac Tools race, you know, it's huge for him. I don't think people know how big that is, but that's unbelievable. That is Army strong. That is digging deep each and every round, and that is awesome.
Yeah, congratulations to all of the winners, all of the teams, all of the hard work. Indianapolis, the U.S. Nationals, is very special and once again historic. Well, next qualifying show Saturday, September 13th. We get a weekend off, and then the inaugural race in Charlotte. Up next, baseball tonight.